It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NFL.
Here's the snap, four-man rush, back to pass, looking left, and stretching and reaching for it is Kincaid, and he stumbles into the end zone for the touchdown. Fakes the snap, Allen gonna roll left, looking for someone in the end zone, and now Shovel passes it, complete to Jackson Hawes for his first career touchdown from 5 yards out. Here's the snap, back to pass, fires, it's intercepted, picked off by Terrell Bernard, coming the other way and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Terrell Bernard, Mr. Fourth Quarter, comes up huge. He read Tua like a book.
The Buffalo Bills beat the Miami Dolphins 31-21, PK, and we'll have Pablo on here, Pablo Mastroni, and he'll talk about sports and a game of moments. And Miami battled for most of 3 hours there, and it was even. Tied at 7-14-21. But that last interception right there, a killer. The Bills had gone down, taking the lead. Miami was driving, had a chance to match him. Maybe it's headed to overtime. Anybody can win. You throw a pick, and then the Bills did an expert job of just killing the clock, getting down into field goal position, kicking a field goal, and up by 10 with less than a minute to go, and that was the game.
And maybe they score a touchdown, and the Bills do that and win the game anyway.
Possibly, yes.
One play is a killer. They're all as the same, equal importance.
Bills improved to 3-0. Josh Allen, 213 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. And the Bills keep it going and presumably will next week against the Saints.
Oh, most definitely. They're unstoppable.
Big games this week. Who do you have your eyes on? Rams and Eagles? Looks pretty big over there in the NFC.
Rams and Eagles, huh? Sure. I'm still waiting for some teams to, I don't want to say develop.
Emerge, maybe?
Show what they are, who they are, what they'll be the rest of the season. Because it's still too early to make some type of pronouncements on teams we're not sure of. There are some teams we are sure of. You just spoke of the Bills, obviously. We're very sure of them. We expect them to be in the postseason. But some 2-0 teams, are they really that good? Not sure yet. Some 0-2 teams, obviously Kansas City topping the list. Would you really be that bad? Don't want to go there yet?
Are they the only 0-2 team you have a doubt about? I'm looking here at the list of the rest of the 0-2 teams. And Houston's 0-2. That's surprising, I would say. After Kansas City, maybe they're the next one.
Yeah, there's still time for them.
Giants, Bears, Saints, and Panthers. I don't think we thought any of them were going to do anything.
Giants, Bears, Saints, Panthers. Okay, yeah, I would agree.
Obviously, we expect more of the Chiefs. Titans 0-2, Texans 0-2, Browns 0-2, Jets 0-2, and now the Dolphins 0-3. I would probably say Kansas City is the biggest surprise, then Houston, and then Miami. Miami's been at least mediocre.
Don't you remember all these teams were going to lose for the right to get Arch Manning? That's already changed.
New plan. The 2-0 teams, you're not buying the Bengals or Colts yet? See if they're for real?
Well, the Bengals now with the injury, what's
you got to
happen because of what can Jake Browning do? Is he a success story just waiting to emerge, who's just been sitting behind Joe Burrow all this time? I don't know. I think they can be decent. He's been in the league now a number of years, hasn't had a lot of playing time, but it seems like, gosh, he was at Washington 10 years ago when he was playing. I'm speaking of the Huskies, of course. So I've got to see there. And then who else did you say?
The 2-0 teams, Bengals, Colts.
The Colts, maybe Jones needed to get out of New York or New Jersey, and then he's a veteran too. We've seen veterans bounce around. It wouldn't certainly be the first time that this has happened if there's success there.
Over in the NFC, Buccaneers, Niners, Cardinals, and Rams. Who's for real?
People talked up the Cardinals, and I didn't buy it, but, they haven't beaten two good teams by any stretch. Maybe they are primed. Maybe they do have it more together and made some good acquisitions in the offseason. That's what I'm saying. It's just simply too early to be making judgments on most of these teams.
Cardinals have the Niners and Seahawks the next 2 weeks. They got a couple division games to show where they stack up with some of those teams and win them both 4-0. With 2 division wins at that point, you got to start taking them seriously.
If they only win one, then it'd be 3-1. If they lost both, they'd be 2-2.
Thank you.
I'm glad you cleared that up. If they had won both, they'd be 4-0.
Best teams in the AFC, Bills, Ravens, and Chargers. Best teams in the NFC, Eagles, Packers. Nobody on there.
I'm not willing to put the Chiefs out of the list yet.
Out, not yet.
Not even close.
NFL announced that the Eagles should have been penalized for at least one false start when they used the tush-push brotherly shove against the Chiefs, and that they've instructed officials to call the controversial play tight going forward as a result of that missed call.
Oh, I'm so sick of hearing about this.
49ers quarterback Brock Purdy declared himself day-to-day as he works back from a turf toe injury. Says his status Sunday is up in the air. I want to play every game. I want to be out there. You only get 17 regular season games, and every game matters.
Nah, I'd like to sit out a couple. Just, increase my longevity for an opportunity to get another contract when I'm 37.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Utah.
Utah and Texas Tech, 10 a.m. How much more can we say about this one, PK? A couple of 3-0 teams, 16th ranked Utes, 17th ranked Red Raiders.
We are less than 27 hours now.
We need a big countdown clock on the video feed for this show. The countdown to kickoff. It would be dramatic. Utah's offensive line, Texas Tech's defensive line. You're going to be throwing elbows in the press box with all the NFL scouts looking for seats.
Well, I know they're going to be lining up to see what I think.
Over here, guys.
Yeah, so I'll be busy. A busy day.
At least a half dozen future NFL players, maybe more than that. We'll see how it shakes out along the offensive and defensive lines for these two teams.
Yeah,
Watch
mostly,
them
but
butt
I'm
heads.
more of a quarterback guru, so they'll be talking to me about that.
Okay. DJ and PK.
Hashtag BYU.
BYU off to a 2-0 start, playing the first road game at East Carolina. Last couple times they played the Pirates, they've been beaten, but a lot has changed since then. Obviously, Jay Hill is in, and the freshman Brett Bachmeier making his first start in a road game. Just say Brett Bear. Only his grandma calls him Brett.
Just go Grizzly, and then
Grizzly.
that'll lead you to Bear. You
Grizzly Bear Bachmeier makes his first road start.
Yeah, come on.
Mostly brown bears there in the rolling hills of Western Carolina.
How in the hell do you know that?
I don't. I just made it up. I have no idea. just ad-libbing.
Well, we found out what people who go on the airwaves and tell us false claims.
Okay. East Carolina 2-1. They lost opener to NC State 24-17.
That got on me. Jeez.
Yeah, that was gross. 5:30 kickoff on ESPN2 for that game.
Or if there's a game before.
And maybe 5:40 or 5:45.
I have my food ready to go. Don't tease me.
You don't take the first bite till kickoff?
Right.
It's very structured?
Yes. Want to enjoy it.
As opposed to me just grazing throughout the day, putting on a
football.
few more pounds.
Not
Zach.
food pregame. That doesn't work.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Utah State.
Utah State and McNeese, the money game. The Aggies chance to get to 3-1 here, a third of the way through the season. An excellent opportunity to get to 3-1. Scotty G's got the call on the Zone, starting at 5 o'clock. Kickoff at 6 on KMYU and streaming on the Mountain West Network.
Yeah, should be a snoozer, a formality. And we'll have to just bear with it for a week and then get back into it. Unless I'm totally shocked.
We would be totally shocked. McNeese just lost to Weber State in a wild 42-41 game.
Right.
Weber State went back there and won. DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
So in the first TV window, you got Utah, Texas Tech. In the third one, you got BYU. What will you do with your afternoon, PK? Got a battle of ranked teams, 1:30 on ABC, number 11, Oklahoma, and number 2, Auburn. A little SEC football for you.
I'll be traveling back from Rice Eccles Stadium.
Well, not for 3.5 hours, but yes, for part of that
That's
time.
traffic. You ever try Foothill?
Yeah, actually. Jake Retzlaff in Tulane.
You try Foothill on an hour or 90 minutes after the football game? I don't think you do.
Yeah, I'm actually
not since the stadium's been expanded, you haven't.
Tulane at 13th ranked Ole Miss, 1:30 on ESPN. If you want to watch Jake Retzlaff, they're undefeated. Can they handle Ole Miss? CBS has the Big Ten game. Number 21, Michigan playing Nebraska. Are the Huskers back?
Back to what?
Back to being relevant. Good. At least 8-9 win territory. If not, up there with the big dogs.
You know. That's what you said.
Off to a 3-0 start. The only game that was competitive, they squeaked past Cincinnati in their opener, being a Big 12 school. So, conference test for the Huskers now. Locally, Utah Tech's hosting Northern Iowa. Weber State hosts Butler. SUU is at UC Davis. And the ACC, in probably the least shocking news, is closing in on a change to its scheduling format that will require all league teams to play at least 10 games against Power 4 competition. The number of interconference games played, 8 or 9, remains a sticking point, according to some reports. Some ADs are concerned that 9 conference games will hurt them. Strength of schedule might not be good enough.
Who, Kentucky?
I don't know. I don't know which ADs.
Who are they replacing it with? Who did they play before?
Well, that'll vary.
Aren't you indicting your own conference? We suck?
Yes.
They don't even realize they're doing that by saying that.
And there might be other schools in there worried that the 9 conference games will make them end up with the 11 power games also. Because you're playing 9 in conference, every one of those teams has an in-state game to play every year, and then you rotate.
Worried about
and then you rotate through Notre Dame. So people don't like.
Why do you have in your mind go as easy as possible?
Because I just read a story about that's exactly what TCU is doing and dropping SMU.
That has nothing to do with SEC.
And they're playing 11. No, well, this would be the ACC. You're right; it doesn't have anything to do with the SEC. But there are a lot of people in college football are like, "Hey, I want 2 guaranteed wins."
Then you're not going to get it anyway. You're not going to get what you're. Okay. If that's what your mindset, you're already defeated before you put on your jockstrap.
Go tell TCU.
TCU, you're already defeated before you put on your jockstrap. Yes, I'll tell anybody you want me to tell.
I think it was a Sonny Dykes quote.
Then I'll tell Sonny Dykes that. You're not going to backdoor your way into anything. I'm not going to budge from that, and we'll get to that here in a minute.
DJ PK. Hashtag Major League Baseball.
This is weird. I have a lot of thank yous to get through, and I can't have time today to do it justice for all the people that have helped me along the way and got me to this point. So today I'm just going to keep it short and sweet, and then be able to really tell people just how grateful I am for everybody that's in this organization, that's in this room, that's been here later on. But yeah, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna retire. We've talked about it a lot. Ellen and I talked about it a lot. Kiddo's talked about it a lot, and I'm at peace with it. I think it's the right time. And it's been such a fun year. I've had such a blast with this group. I've had such a blast with all you guys. So yeah, I can't think of a better season to go out. And we still have a lot to accomplish, obviously, this month. And the last thing I want to do is be a distraction to anybody for accomplishing our ultimate goal, to win in the last game of the season. So we're going to get through this today, and then we're going to go win the rest of the games and be good. But
that is Clayton Kershaw announcing that he'll be retiring at the end of the season. 18-year vet. There's a lot of awards in there, PK. Cy Young's, huge statistical years, World Series championship, broke in with the Dodgers in 2008. He's done it all with one club. And the way pitching has changed, man, how many people going forward are going to have a chance to do what he's done all in one place? Pile up those numbers, because now you're in an era where pitchers are getting pulled after 4 or 5 innings, let alone 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's my all-time favorite Dodger. I've been following this team closely since I was 15 years old. And they had the games on KTAR, 6:20 a.m. in Phoenix. Vin Scully, Ross Porter, Jerry Doggett, and all those people.
So
all
he's
those
moved
people
past
together.
Ron Say, the guy you were going to replace at third base, to the very top of the list.
Yeah, absolutely. I have some personal reasons there, and yeah, absolutely. So it'll be a loss in my life, but I agree with him. It is time.
18 years in the bigs. Will make his final regular season start at Dodger Stadium tonight. Dodgers and Giants at 8 o'clock. Giants still trying to get into the playoffs. Can they pull it off?
No, they can't. But I thought you told me a couple days ago that the Padres wanted to play the Mets. You sure about that?
Now, right now, they don't want to play anybody. They don't look capable of beating
They don't
anybody.
want to play
in the postseason.
anybody?
They don't look capable of beating anybody in the postseason.
Then why would you worry about whether you finished first or second? A couple days ago, you were worried about it. Now you're not worried about it at all.
Now they even lose 2 out of 3 to the Mets, who basically
but you told me that's who they wanted to play.
Yes, I would rather play the Mets than the Cubs, which is what they look like they're on track to do.
But why would you want to? Now you don't want to play anybody. You just want to quit here in.
I do not want to quit, but my faith in their ability to beat anybody is struggling.
Right, but when has that ever changed? Your fandom, you've always tried to protect yourself against losses. That's every team you ever rooted for. That's the way.
Yeah,
you
they've
felt.
all sucked.
Right. I mean,
No, that's not true.
Your fandom is nothing. It's going to be summed up in "woe is me."
Well, there is a lot of that.
Yeah.
Earned
Your little
justifiably
feelings,
by
they
the
get
results.
hurt when your teams
They
lose.
did, but I have been more excited about other eras of teams. It's been a pretty good era, considering they haven't even been sniffing the postseason for a decade before this run here. But it doesn't look like they have the toughness and the grind. Hey, we need to win. We got to grind
Why
one
did
out
you
here.
tell me they wanted to play the Mets?
Because
it
the
doesn't
Mets,
matter.
It doesn't now. Losing 2 out of 3 to the Mets. They're struggling with these guys, too. Good grief.
Yeah.
Pull it together. And maybe they will in 2 weeks, and they'll get on a roll. It could happen. But it has not been encouraging here lately.
Then why did you tell me they wanted to play the Mets?
Because I wanted to be encouraged. Because I'm not always woe is me like you say.
So I want to play who I think is the least talented team. Go, guys! Bring it in. Family on 3.
I'd also like to see that they can grind it out right now and win the division, and it's something, and it gives me faith that they'll be able to grind it out in October. But instead, it's like they're going sideways except when they're going backwards. They got a losing record since August 23rd. I mean, it's almost over the last month. It's not quite a month of baseball.
No, it's not. I believe that we were like maybe 4 days short.
Yeah.
But then accounting off days, I don't know. Maybe it's even less than that.
9-14. They are not inspiring confidence right now.
Then why didn't you tell me that 3 days ago?
Because I thought they were getting into the swing of it here. Let's go.
So when they were 8-12, you had more confidence?
They weren't 8-12.
Well,
But wait
you said that was before the Mets series, right?
Yes, going into
So
the
a
Mets.
couple losses and one less win.
Going into the Mets series, they were actually 7-3 in their last 10, and I thought, okay, they're turning it around. They're pulling it together a
Now
little
you're just
bit.
picking and choosing numbers to your advantage. You always do that.
Well, except that some of the numbers were to my disadvantage. They got hot, they got cold. They got hot, they got cold again.
Well, now it's their turn to get hot.
That could
Things
happen.
are looking up.
That could happen, and it would be great if it did.
I pray
But
for
they're
you.
not inspiring faith.
Go Padres.
I saw you told me a couple weeks ago they've got the softest schedule down the stretch.
Well, that's what they said.
Well, and it's true, but it was true. And part of that is because they had a week against Colorado, who's really bad, and the Mets, who are bad over the last 45, 50
I think
games.
it was 7 games against the Rockies that led to it.
Yeah. So they went 5-2 against the Rockies, and now they dropped 2 or 3 to the Mets.
So you should root, instead of playing the Mets in the postseason, root for the Rockies.
And you realize the Rockies were eliminated a couple months ago, but thanks for
They
that
were
nonsensical
eliminated
answer.
about 1993 when they joined.
Hunter Green tossed his first career complete game shutout, a one-hitter. Reds beat the Cubs 1-0. We don't get to talk about a lot of complete games. One pitcher going the distance in a shutout. We'll see teams get shut out, but there's usually 3 or 4 pitchers out there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he was a high pick. He might have even been number 1. So they've been expecting great things out of him.
The Reds are 1 game over 500 right now, chasing a chasing a wild card, which is the Mets. They are the Reds are 2 games back of the Mets, and so are the Diamondbacks. Giants are 3 back right now.
Can't wait to find out the standings Monday morning.
Cleveland on fire. You buying them? 3-1 over the Tigers.
Sale? They're a great organization. They were talking about that on Baseball Network just last night.
They've been on fire for a couple weeks here. It wasn't that long ago they were actually down double digits.
Where are they in the
12 games
standings?
in the race. 3.5 back at Detroit. But they also have a shot at the wild card.
Of course they do.
Game and a half behind the Red Sox for the last wild card.
Yeah. Did the Jazz win? We'll tell you next.
The Bees beat the Aviators 8-4. Game 4 in the series tonight. First pitch, 8 o'clock. Tony Parks is on the call at 7:50. DJ and PK.
RSL.
Real Salt Lake just beaten 4-1 at home by LAFC. They got to turn around and play them Sunday night. You'll hear the game here on The Zone. They'll be without Victor Olatunji, who got the red card. We'll talk to Pablo Mastroeni about this coming up at 9 o'clock. He will join us. Pre-match show will start at 6 Sunday. The game will kick off at 7, a place they've had very little success against a team that just thrashed them. But as they head down the stretch here, they really need to win. Pablo was saying a week ago they need to win 5 of the last 7. So they won 1, they lost 1. You follow that math right now, they need 4 out of 5 down the stretch, according to that plan.
Yep.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag NHL.
Utah Mammoth will play a pair of split squad games against the Colorado Avalanche Sunday in their first preseason action. Puck drops on Game 1 at 2:30. Game 2 is at 6:30, and you're going to hear both games on The Zone. Getting a lot of people some ice time. A little split squad. You're familiar with this. Baseball, growing up in Arizona. They do this in March.
Does Mike call both games?
I believe he does, but I don't know.
He will
that.
be, yes.
Yeah.
And they actually have to move arenas between the two, so...
Yeah.
Which arenas are they moving from and to?
They're playing at the Denver University Arena for the first one, then at Ball Arena where the Avalanche typically play for the nightcap. He's got to take an Uber between the two. I was talking to him earlier this week.
What is Trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Coming up 8:45, Chris the Bear Felica, Fox Sports sportscaster, wagering expert on the Big Noon Kickoff Show. He's always got the odds and who's going to win what and who's going to cover what. We'll talk with him coming up at 8:45. Pablo Mastroeni, RSL head coach, at 9 o'clock. Question of the day is next. Stay with us.